Hi guys, this is Michelle and I am back with my April and March update. So sorry I did not get a chance to come to you guys last month, but there wasn't all that much to report. So at the end of last month I was, and I'm still recovering from a cold. At the end of last month, so at the end of March, I was 172. Which was a 1 pound loss for that month. At the end of April, I was 173, which is a 1 pound gain for the month. So, so 173, and that is still, so it's 80 pounds lost since I had surgery, 114 pounds since the start of the whole process, and then 147 pounds since my all-time highest weight. So I did just come back from New Orleans just a couple of weeks ago, and so that is one of the reasons why my weight is up a little bit. The only reason that it's not higher is because I've been doing some intermittent fasting and then also some more extended fasting in order to help me get rid of my vacation gain. And so that is what has put me back down, like at the starting line of 173. But I really do want to get out of the 170s. That has been my goal this year. But I admit that I haven't been trying very hard to get down there. I'm just trying to be more consistent every single day. That's what I always say, is that I don't want to be too strict, because if I'm too strict, it's not something that I'm going to be able to consistently stick to. However, with that being said, I do think that it's a good idea to occasionally challenge yourself, or I like to occasionally challenge myself. And so I was inspired by Grace Gets Gastric to do a challenge for myself for May. Now she's doing something called the Hard 75, and you'll have to go over to her channel. I'll put the link down below if you want to see what that is all about. Pretty much she's doing some hard things for 75 days. Let me just say that. I'm not doing that at all. But you know, if you've watched any of my videos, that I do quite frequently do my calendar thing. So where I see this, I stopped. I was doing this for March, and then I stopped February. Oh yeah, I didn't even start till mid-month. But anyway, so I frequently do this calendar thing where the goals are a little bit different every single month, but where I'm just trying my best to be consistent every day to try to get as many stars as possible. However, this time I am doing something very different, in that I'm doing my calendar thing again for May. However, my goal is to get 5 stars every single day without fail, 5 stars every day. So let me tell you what are the things that I am working on. So, water, 2 liters of water a day, 50 net carbs, meditation, workout 15 to 30 minutes, and then fasting 12-16. So when I say fasting 12-16, what I mean is 12 hours water fast only. So from the time I stop eating the night before until the time that I have my coffee the next morning, I want that to be at least 12 hours. Then I can have my coffee, and I put heavy whipping cream in it, and sometimes I put a little bit of stevia in it. From that point on, then I want it to be 16 hours before I actually eat any real food. So that's why I call it the 12-16. So my goal is to do it perfectly every single day. So as you can see, so today is Tuesday. I've been doing really good, except for I had one failure on Sunday. So let me talk about that. Now, well, let's see. Let me stop this for a second. Okay, sorry about that. I didn't want to keep recording while my dog is barking, and I hope she stops barking. Okay. So first before I explain what happened, let me talk about these goals. So water, water is always important, and I had been struggling this year with getting my water in, but since I have been doing this calendar thing somewhat consistently for the past few months, it's really helped me get my water in. So it hasn't been a struggle anymore, but it is still something that I do need to focus on every single day. 50 net carbs, that's pretty much what I've always been doing this whole time. I'm not really worried about the 50 net carbs. I'm not really worried about the 2 liters of water. Meditation. So the app that I use for meditation is the Calm app, C-A-L-M. And I've been using this app since 2017, I think it is. And I've been able to go back and I can see how well I've done with my meditations. I was doing fantastic in 2017. And then the first part of 2018. And then I really fell off with doing my meditation. And this year, I've done terrible. Even though I've put it on my calendar every month, I still have not done a very good job of getting back into the habit of doing that every single day. And the reason that meditation is important for me is because it really does helps me feel less stress. It helps me with emotional eating. It helps me just get through my day because I have I have a job that's not my favorite thing to do, and I just don't even want to go into that. And so doing the meditation every day helps keep me more calm and my words aren't coming out right. You get the point. It helps a lot with emotional eating and stress eating, and that is really the most important thing. So really that was one of the things that was going to be a challenge for me. Work out 15 to 30 minutes a day. So I don't always put working out on my calendar. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I have not done a very good job at all with working out. I do get my steps in, so I'm still doing step bets. I've talked about that before. It's like Diet Bet, where you use this app, you pay money, and you have to get so many steps every day, and if you don't, you lose your money. So it's very, very good motivation. And so I don't have a step goal on here because I already have my step bet keeping me accountable in terms of steps. But exercise. So, I didn't want to do something that was going to be impossible for me to do. So I just set a relatively easy goal, 15 to 30 minutes a day. That's it. But it has to be every single day. So, so far, because I've been sick this past week, I've been sick ever since before I had even started this. So I haven't been doing anything too strenuous. I've mostly been doing some weights, some resistance training, and some yoga. But I do plan on, there's going to be some elliptical in there, treadmill, walk, running, things like that. But the point is 15 to 30 minutes of exercise every day without fail. And then the last thing is the fasting. So, I go on and off with being really good with my fasting. I'm very good with the 12 hours. It's the 16-hour part that I sometimes struggle with, because if I stop eating too late the night before, then on days that I work, it's very hard for me to wait hours and hours and hours after I start working to eat. Not necessarily because I'm hungry, but just because of the fact that I'm working, I need to eat something. So I realized that in order for me to be successful with making it to the 16 hours is that I really do have to stop eating fairly early the night before. So my goal is to really be done eating by 6 p.m. 7 at the latest, but 6 p.m. because then the next day I only have to wait until 10 a.m. before I can eat my breakfast. So that is the most challenging thing, is the fasting. And it really just takes a lot of planning in my mind to make sure that I have everything all lined up so that I can get done eating no matter what. And it does help a lot with cravings and nighttime eating and all of that. So then what happened on Sunday? So what I failed to do was one of my easiest things was the 50 net carbs. And that was really an accident. I messed up on, I tracked things in my Fitness Pal. And I had something in there that was wrong and I didn't realize it until later. So basically, I thought that I had more room for carbs, and so I had an extra snack in there that I thought I was allowed to have. And then later, when I was just looking over everything again, I was like, wait a minute. And I realized I had made a mistake. And so I had gone over my carbs. So I'm kind of upset because I wanted it to be absolutely perfect for the whole month. But at least it wasn't a lack of willpower. I guess I'll say that. Now, I admit that once I saw that I had already gone over my carbs, I then was very, very tempted to go ahead and eat something else. However, that's where the intermittent fasting helps, because by the time I realized I was over my carbs, I had stopped eating like at 5:30. So at this time it was like 8 p.m. And I'm like, man, I could eat some more now since I've already lost a star. However, no, I can't eat at 8 p.m. because then I'm going to have to wait until 12 noon before I can eat the next day. And so that is what kept me from, snacking, eating additional stuff, really, doing something bad, was the intermittent fasting. So it's like, I think all of these things work together. The meditation helps me be more mindful. Tracking my carbs is what really keeps me on track. The intermittent fasting keeps me from going off the rails and eating late. Of course, exercise is good for you. I mean, I want to get into the habit of exercise. And, I don't necessarily think I have to do it every single day, but this is to help me build the habit. Okay, I think that's all I'm really going to say for the month. I have some new subscribers. Thank you to all of my new subscribers. And then once again, for all my old subscribers, thank you again for your loyalty. I am going to put a few pictures at the end from my trip to New Orleans, just in case you don't follow me on Instagram. And I will check in with you guys. We'll have some more videos this month, but I'll check in with you again with my update video at the end of the month, and you'll be able to see just how well I did on this May challenge. Bye.